They say actions speak louder than headlines. And the latest move from Kanye West might be the quietest, most telling action yet. Last month, records show that the sprawling Bighorn Mountain Ranch in Grable, Wyoming, the one you bought back in 2019 for $14 million, quietly changed hands again. What makes this sale more than just another celebrity real estate headline is who signed the paperwork on his behalf, his wife, Bianca Censori. According to county filings, Bianca notarized the sale on September 17, and the documents were recorded days later, which to many observers reads like a clear sign they're still linked, despite the breakup rumors that swirled earlier in the year. Here's the scene. You bought the ranch as part of a Wyoming vision, a self-styled refuge, an experimental Yeezy campus, a place tied to big ambitions and a lot of headlines. Now, he sold it back to the family who owned it before him, the Flittners, for roughly the same $14 million price he originally paid. The transfer wasn't flashy. No red carpet, no announcement, just paperwork handled in another country and filed with the county. But in celebrity culture, paperwork can speak volumes. Why does the notarization matter? Because it's a legal act performed by Bianca in Ye's stead. And that's not something a spouse who's publicly checked out is usually doing. There were whispers and even songs earlier in the year suggesting trouble, some moments that looked like distance, and lyrics that fans read as confessions or pleas. But the simple fact that Bianca notarized the sale suggests they were coordinating financial moves, at least as recently as mid-September. For fans trying to read the state of their relationship, this is a pretty concrete data point. And just a few weeks before the sale was finalized, the couple were spotted having a rare, very public date at a Denny's in Los Angeles. Yes, Denny's, before heading to a movie. The low-key outing made headlines precisely because it was normal. Pancakes, a flick, no spectacle. To some, that normalized moment and the notarized paperwork add up to a messy but real picture of a couple who may weather public storms in private ways. Of course, selling off Wyoming real estate also feeds a different conversation. Money, maintenance, and priorities. Over the past year, Ye has been scaling back on his property holdings, and observers point to a mix of practical reasons: upkeep, taxes, shifting business plans, and larger public fallout from controversies that affected his commercial relationships. Returning the ranch to the Flittners closes a chapter that started with big plans and ended with a quieter handoff back to the family that once owned the land. So what does all this mean? For tabloids hungry for drama, every move can be spun into a narrative about marriage turmoil or reconciliation. For serious observers, the notarized sale is a clear document showing the two of them were aligned on at least one major transaction in mid-September. And for the average fan, it's another moment in a long, complicated story about fame, family, finance, and how public figures manage their private lives in plain sight. Whether they're staying together for the long haul or simply handling business together for now, the paperwork and the pancakes suggest that as of late September, Ye and Bianca were still operating, publicly and legally, as a unit. If you're tracking the relationship through facts rather than rumors, that's the headline worth noting.